Vanakkam. Now I am going to cover part 2 of valuation report, that is verification of valuation report. And initially I want to inform there are three types of valuation. That is, at the time of making application, the customer or the borrower or proposed borrower, he has to give his valuation figure about the property. Then the valuer, he has to give his value. Then third one, the manager as a branch head, he has to give his valuation. So there are three types of valuation. The lowest value, or normally it will be considered. Normally the value of manager or the branch head, valuer and branch head. Whose value is less, they will be considered. It will be considered for the purpose of loan. Then everything is depending on the bank's head office rules and regulations. There are three types of valuation initially available. Then a few chartered accountants, they used to ask me whenever I go for a presentation of paper, sir, whether valuation report can be referred or relied. This is a question they used to ask me. In personal thing, I will discuss, but I request your views on this point, whether valuation report can be referred or relied. I need your feedback on this point. Kindly send you a message. Then I will start with the valuation of machinery. Normally, valuation of machinery, in case of new machinery, no valuation is required because you have to get the quotation from the concerned company. Then machinery, new machineries, indigenous, that will be used directly. In case of second-hand machinery, the machinery has to be valued by the chartered engineer, that is a panel engineer of that particular bank. Machineries have to be valued by the engineer who has got machinery, who has got mechanical qualification. That is, he should be a mechanical engineer. He has to certify. Then bank's head office has given the specific appointment with reference to machinery valuation. Suppose if any land and building valuer, if he is valuing the machinery, then you can refer his name under the category of machinery valuation. Otherwise, you can ask for the sanction letter from the branch. Sometimes all reputed engineers, all experienced valuers, they will be given this appointment also. So during the valuation of second-hand machinery, what are the things the engineer has to see and what you have to verify? The date of inspection done by the valuer. Then what are the types of machines he is inspecting? Say whether it is auto loom industry, whether it is a furniture manufacturing industry or any other industries, what are the types of machines he is verifying and he is certifying. And in this, how many machines also he has inspected, that he has to give. Apart from that, before proceeding further, this engineer, he will ask about the original invoice of that machine. Suppose if it is indigenous, that is locally manufactured industry, the seller, he has to give the invoice. If it is imported one, then date of import, everything he has to verify. And this is the thing he has to see whether those machines are imported or indigenous. Then he has to certify whether those machines are in working condition in Indian situation. All those machines are in working condition and all those machines are suitable to Indian condition. He has to give a specific report. And the remaining age of the machine, that is life of the machine, he has to give as certificate. And normally, if second-hand machineries have been purchased more than 20 years of life, machines will not be financed by the bank. This is a rule. They are in some banks they are having. Some banks they are having 15 years also. It depends on the bank. Then the basis of valuation, that engineer, he has to certify. He has to give everything. He has to give in the form of a report and photos of those machines along with the date of inspection, and that photo they have to produce. These are the things you have to see about the valuation of machinery. Once again, I am repeating, valuation of machinery has to be done by the panel engineer who has got mechanical qualification, mechanical engineering qualification. and everything also depends on the sanction letter issued by the head office. Next thing, normally there will be a conversion of agricultural land into factory, because in order to construct a factory, it requires a lot of space. In order to construct a marriage hall, it also requires a very big land. So for that, in the parent document, you can see that those are all agricultural land. These agricultural lands have been converted into those factories. At the time of conversion of agricultural land into factory, the land and building valuer has to see that those constructions, those conversions have to be approved by the revenue tahsildar of that particular region. That is the person who is responsible to manage, to maintain the revenue records, or the tahsildar. He has to certify that he has changed the revenue record from agricultural land to non-industrial purpose, non-agricultural purpose. They has to give certificate. Then at this juncture, I want to say one thing: this conversion should not be certified by village administrative officer, because VAO has got no power to certify this. Even he can give, but we should not rely. This is the thing you have to bear in mind. Conversion of agricultural land, that's a specific letter format is there, but it differs from each state to each state. Then the engineer, at the time of giving the uh, report, he has to verify the title deeds, patta, house tax receipt. Everything he has to verify, and the same thing he has to give in his report saying that I have verified those items to do my valuation. Then what are the types of valuation that is available? They will give the market value or fair market value based on the market inquiry. But normally this market inquiry, the engineer, he has to maintain record to whom he has obtained the information. He has to maintain the working papers. In case if you have got any doubt, even you can ask through the branch head. Then guideline value he will give. Then forced sale value he will give. Based on this, then loan will be given. Normally 80% of the forced sale value they will consider for the market value, I mean for the loan. This forced sale value will be considered as the basis to sanction the loan, and out of that 80% of forced sale value will be considered as the basis for sanction of loan. Apart from that, IBBI, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, they have given one insolvency value. This is useful for those companies who are going under liquidation as per IBBI norms. So the engineer has to certify the IBBI value as insolvency value towards the land and building. Then SARFAESI value. In case if any case is going under SARFAESI, then the engineer once again revalue the property which has already been mortgaged and give those value to the bank. So market value, guideline value, forced sale value, then insolvency value and SARFAESI value are there. Then there are 4 methods of valuation. That is normal method. That is normally it is being calculated on square feet, and till 10,000 square feet or till 21 cents, normal method will be adopted. If it exceeds, the bank has to, that is valuer has to use either split method or built method. What is built method? In the frontage, suppose we are going to value a college property, on the roadside it has got one value, then after 100 feet it has got another value, after 100 feet another, it has got another value. That is built system. In that manner, the valuer has to give the valuation. So this you can observe from the valuation report. Then rear and back method. In the, suppose this frontage is less, say frontage will be around say 50 feet or 60 feet. Then length will be around 200 feet or 250 feet. So at this stage, the valuer has to do the valuation in rear and back method. If you got any doubt, you please contact your friend valuer. He will give the explanation. The next point, as a valuer, as a banker, what they have to do, if the loan amount exceeds the 5 crore, it is not the property value, the loan amount exceeds the 5 crore, then 2 valuers will be appointed to value the collateral property. This is all 5 crores is being the base is fixed by the respective bank's head office. Some banks may say that above 3 crores also it has to be valued by 2 engineers. Then, in case of wide difference, then the third valuer comes into the picture. He will value those property. So, which is nearest? Then they will take average. Then they will fix the price. Fix the price. So above 5 crores, two valuers, and if their valuation is not equal, then go for the third valuer. Then another point is revaluation has to be done once in 3 years. If valuation is done, but once in 3 years, the banker they have to do the revaluation of the collateral property. It should be done by a different valuer. Suppose if initially if the valuation is being done by X engineer, then the new valuation has to be done by old engineer and not the X engineer. New valuation has to be done by B and not by X, because X has given the old valuation. Then if there is anything X, if X value has given the property value as 1 crore, unless until there is any value added to the property, then you can revalue. Otherwise, if there is no value added to the property, only change in location, importance has come up, the bank should not revalue, should not give any additional loan. So this is the thing you have to take. Once in 3 years, revaluation has to be done. Then the engineer has to give route map mentioning longitude and latitude, because in order to locate the landed property correctly, the engineer he has to give route map. Then he has to arrive at the value of land separately, building and separately, and they have to add. Apart from that, there is another important thing. Photo has to be affixed on the last page of the report, and you see that the photos are taken recently and along with the borrower, or normally the engineer he will take the photo along with the borrowers, or sometimes with the officer, because as per norms, officers they have to accompany the engineer while taking the valuation. So normally this engineer he will take the photograph with that photograph. In the photograph, you have to see that the date of inspection tallies with the date of photo that is being merged, that you have to verify. So photo is important, and if there is any disclaimer by the engineer, then that you have to verify why the engineer has given the disclaimer. Apart from that, the manager has to see that the declaration is being given by the engineer signed properly with date and place. So this is the thing you have to see. Certificate of valuation has to be given in the last page by the valuer. Then normally one suggestion, fees, regarding fees, the fees have to be paid as per the bank's norms. Normally nowadays bankers they say that the fees will be paid from the bank after collecting the same from the borrower. This is a thing you have to take care. But with reference to fees, auditor has got no role. Just for information, I am telling this. Then another point is, few engineers they are valuing agricultural land into square feet. In case the agricultural land is being valued in square feet, once again you have to ask for the conversion certificate. That you have to verify. Then the advocate valuer has to say that I have referred advocate opinion, compared the same with the property description. He has to give a specific report. Then apart from that, passage clarification also the engineer has to give. That is, this property is correct. You can easily enter into the property because road approach is there. Then whether that is almost all engineers they are in almost all banks valuation. Suppose there are 5 engineers in the district, all engineers they will be in the panel. So wherever engineers have been appointed, have given the opinion, kindly verify the valuation appointment letter issued by the head office. This is the thing I want to convey with reference to valuation. There are so many things in the valuation report. kindly go through line by line. You compare the same with the legal opinion. If survey number of valuer differs with the survey number given by the advocate, with the document, everything you have to be where you have to verify and report it. With this, I am ending part 2 of valuation report. This is the thing I want to share about the valuation. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching my video. And before signing off, I want to say kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and wish you all the best. Thank you. Nandri Vanakkam.